Today we're going to be talking about how to store your silver and gold. Today I wanted to talk about how to store your silver and gold. There's really no right or wrong way. Well, actually that's not entirely true. There are some wrong ways in which you can store your metals, but really, essentially what it comes down to is preference, right? Everybody has their own way of organizing and storing things, and I'm going to just explain to you and show you the different things that I have done over the years, just so I can, help tell you guys who are looking for different storage solutions and things of that nature on how to organize your stuff and what not to do, etc. Just to kind of give you some tips and things that I've learned along the way. And what brought this conversation to the forefront for me and in my Discord is that a lot of people are always commenting on this box in my videos. Whenever I'm showing off my fractional gold, a lot of people always in the comments are asking me, where do you get this box? And just so you guys know, to get it out of the way, there's a link in the description if you're looking for a box such as this. And this is just, well, this was given to me actually as a gift from Darth Stacker, another content creator within the stacking community, but he had sent this to me, and this was, for me, perfect for fractional gold pieces. And the coins can be put in different sized capsules, which is what I've got in here. Depending on the size of the coin, you're going to want to put it in different capsules. And just to kind of show you, these are mainly 1/10. There are some quarter ounces in here, but some of the capsules will have a clear edge or rim or whatever you want to call it along here, whereas others will have the black insert. And this gasket insert here, it comes down again to preference. Some people like it because it kind of frames the coin and makes it look a little bit more substantial. So it depends on the pieces. Essentially, I prefer the ones that have the black gasket, the foam insert, over these. And sometimes if you're buying capsules from the Perth Mint, coins from the Perth Mint, they'll come direct in these Perth Mint capsules, which are really, really tight and close to the size of the coins themselves. They don't really lend themselves to have any sort of border or excess plastic along the sides. Same thing with the 10th ounce kookaburras. You can see it makes them a lot smaller. People like these, others like the ones like this that, again, a little easier to hold. I go back and forth. But I do kind of like these. But essentially, boxes like this, you can get to store, 10th ounce and quarter ounce sizes. Half ounce sizes won't really fit as well in here. You can squeeze them in, but they won't fit as well in this particular case. Also, I would caution you guys to stay away from capsules such as these. I really don't like them. They make some like this that are kind of like selecta size, where there's like a whole bunch of perforation and rings that you can kind of peel away to kind of customize the insert to be tailored to the actual coin. But I really don't like them. They don't work so well. They're kind of flimsy. So I would advise you to stay away from these and buy the exact size that you need for your coins. Whenever you buy a particular coin, you can just look on the website that you're buying or just search online the millimeters diameter of the particular coin, and then you buy the capsules that go with it. My preference, I'm not affiliated with airtight capsules, but you could buy them from an online retailer known as On Fire Guy. And it seems like a lot of people within the stacking community like those types of capsules and On Fire Guy. So I would recommend On Fire Guy. You could go on Amazon. You can buy stuff directly on Amazon instead of buying through the On Fire Guy website. I do have links in the description below. So this type of box is, in my opinion, really nice for your fractional pieces. If you are just looking to, put your collection in here and, every once in a while, take a look at them, etc. So that's what I like to use for fractional. It also has this, it really doesn't do much, this plastic sleeve. I don't even know if it's a sleeve. I don't know what you want to call this. I just put the certificates of authenticity for the Spanish gold in here, but that's what I use for fractional. The other thing I would say, since we're on the topic of capsules and tubes and things like that, is, you know, again, you want to buy, I would say, the appropriate size tubes for the right size capsules. Otherwise, you're going to end up with some situation like this. And what happens is when you are buying coins of different diameters, they're all going to be different sizes, obviously, and they're going to fit differently in tubes. And as you can see here, this is going to drive a lot of my OCD friends watching this video crazy. See, this is uniform and nice, and there's not really a lot of rattling going around in there. But then when it comes to these coins, right, you can see these are all similar in diameter, but I've got different capsules for them. I don't remember as to why. I think maybe I bought this. I don't remember how I picked up this coin, but this obviously looks to be coming from the Mint's capsules. Like, these are the Mint capsules, kind of like I showed you the kookaburras. And this looks to be, maybe I got this from a different website or something. So, you know, I just haven't bought other tubes to fit these coins in, and I kind of want to condense everything and keep everything all together. So I typically will just throw them in here. I don't really care, but I know some of my fellow stackers watching this video do, and this would drive them absolutely crazy. So that's what I do. The other nice thing too is this right here. This is like a little, I didn't even know they made these, you know, tubes this size, but I'm, my God, I can't speak today. That's all, folks. I am collecting the Great Commanders series, and there's going to be 10 in this series. And I figured that these would fit perfectly in here. So there's five more. This is just the perfect size for it. So you could get these tubes all in different sizes. The other thing too is obviously you can get these types of tubes. I tend to take some painter's tape and just put it on the tube and write down, you know, what the particular piece is. That way I could just quickly identify it. And then from here, let me show you these trays that I use. Some of you that are familiar with the channel know that I am a precious metals dealer. And so when I am getting everything organized for my sales, sometimes I'll put dividers in there, and then I'll label here, you know, koalas on this side, pandas on this side, and then I put just like Post-it notes to separate them out. Very, you know, rudimentary stuff, but it works. Pirate, so I throw all the pirate coins in here, and you could just stack these, you know, as high as you want. They come in different sizes. These types of trays I got from Uline. You could go onto their website and pick those up. You could also go, I think, to like Home Depot or Lowe's, and they'll have, I think, trays similar. And I also, you know, the bigger ones like this. So it, again, comes down to preference. But for me, I would also say to you, stick with the yellow ones that I just showed you, not the black. Because the yellow ones, the coins inside, you'll be able to see a lot better. The black ones, you won't be able to see the items as easily in the tray. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. This is another thing I would recommend to you guys. I use these. I don't have a link in the description below. I really don't care to be making money off of affiliate links necessarily. And I have a couple of these. I didn't even know these existed. You know the silica dry packs that you guys get in your sneakers or stuff that you don't want to get any moisture? This is really cool because this is rechargeable. I, again, didn't know these existed, but Steve, Mustache Steve, the guy who's on a lot of my videos, he told me about this. So you put this into your safe alongside of your coins. You could put a couple of these in your safe if you want to help reduce moisture. Dry, it's orange, and then when it's like a darkish color, you can see this is turning and getting green. That means it's getting wet. And then all you need to do, you plug this into the wall. This thing heats up. You could start seeing condensation forming on the window here, and then eventually it will be orange again. Unplug it, and you're good to go for another, you know, couple of weeks to a month, depending on where you are. I would imagine if you're someone that's living in the southeast or what have you of the United States, you're going to need to recharge these a lot sooner. So that's what I use in my safes. The EvaDry renewable mini dehumidifier. This works really, really well. Now, the other thing, this is a new product. It's not like a brand new concept per se, but this is made by stackers for stackers. And I'm going to just kind of review this product real quick. They were kind enough to send this to me. Now, this is a stacker vault. This is a really, really durable case for your coins. And I'm going to open this bad boy up in just a moment. But let's just see the postcard that comes with it. Okay, United States made. We like that. Lockable and stackable. IP67 waterproof and dustproof. TSA approved lifetime warranty. Holds 12 US mint tubes or 240 ounces of 1 ounce coin. So Stacker Vault, guys, I have a link that's going to save you money. It's Stormy. So make sure that you type that in the link when you are checking out. I also have an affiliate link with the Sigma Metalytics company. It's a sister company to Stacker Vault. Links are all in the description, and definitely you want to check out my code to save you some money. But let's take a look at the Stacker Vault. I haven't really had a lot of time to play around with this thing, but I will tell you what I like about this idea is that in my safes, what I typically do is I stack the tubes on top of one another like this. And what's a pain in the neck is if you want to just grab a whole bunch of them, or let's just say you're in a hurry, right? Like if you have to get out quick, you're going to knock everything over. And if you don't have something to carry this stuff around, you're going to be making multiple trips. And this is something that could have been very useful for me. A handful of years ago when I was making a full stack video, I had to make multiple trips all over in different locations and throughout the home and storage unit, etc. Just grabbing handfuls of tubes. This could have been a major game changer. Now, weight, it's lightweight. It's very, very durable. And here's where you can see that you can actually lock these. You could get those like TSA locks or those little master locks and put them right on there. And it's got the handle here, so it's, again, very durable. And you just simply unclip this like so, right? Not rocket science. Here you've got the foam core insert here. You've got this foam pad that's affixed to the top to help cushion anything from rattling around. But now I was taking a look at the different size tubes and everything that would fit in here. And so essentially, they're again made really for tubes of this size. Okay, you would get tubes of Eagles from the United States Mint, Silver Eagle, in tubes like this, and you just put it in like so. Tubes like this that will come with generic stuff or semi-numismatic coins and everything like that, they will fit because they're the same height. So that works out well. Same thing, different mints that have the different tops on them, right? This is the Somali Republic. These will fit in here as well. A little tighter, a little thicker, but you get the gist. Now, when it comes to tubes that are slightly taller, right? So you've got tubes like this here from the Niue Mint, or is it Niue? I'm having a brain cramp. But anyhow, right, you can see that this is a bit higher, maybe a ½ an inch. These aren't going to fit as well because when you go to close the lid, they'll fit, and you got to push it down a little bit. Not a lot, but what's going to probably happen is it's going to leave a dent in the foam if you have tubes this height. It will work. Watch, I'll close it. Right? It's going to work, and it's fine, and nothing's getting damaged, but if you don't want that indentation or whatever, you're not going to want to go with tubes this size, but you could get away with it, no problem. And then when you go with tubes like this size, then now you're out of luck. This isn't going to work, right? You can see that the case is just going to stop there. You don't want to force it shut. I was originally thinking like, oh, this is perfect for putting your tubes of gold in there. No, it's not going to fit the tubes of gold. So it's really only made for tubes this size. Yes, you can obviously put whatever you want that's smaller in there, like this would work. There's also foam on the inside at the bottom as well to cushion it. So this is going to work fine. Tubes of this size, I know that Austria Philharmonics can come in small tubes, etc. Quarter-ounce tubes. You could do, you know, constitutional silver in halves, put them in there. But again, really, it's made for tubes of this size. But I will say it's a great idea. It's made by stackers for stackers. Again, listen to that solid click. This is a very durable product. Again, the description below has the link, and my promo code is Stormy. So definitely check out this product and use the code to save yourself some money. But I think this is actually pretty good, and I'm going to store a bunch of my silver tubes in the stacker vault, and that takes care of a big storage pain in the butt like I was showing you earlier, which was stacking tubes on top of tubes just like this. What I would say, the one thing I would like to see from the company is to make different size cases for different tubes. I think that that would also be a good idea, maybe for tubes like this, because then, you know, you give some more diversification amongst the products that you're offering and storage solutions for everybody. But again, compact, very durable, stacker vault. Check this company out. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, I guess that's really it. The one thing I would say for you guys to never do is I really am not a fan of the people that believe in burying their metals underground. I think that that's a bad idea. Some people believe in it, think it's a great idea because nobody's going to be digging underground. They do make safes. I've had companies approach me to sell and promote their products, which are like essentially safes that you put your precious metals in and you bury it in your yard. I think that's just a really bad idea because you have to know exactly where it is. If you want to get to it in a hurry, I mean, I've made videos about that. Maybe I'll revisit it again, but I just think that that's something, it's not for me. Some other people swear by it, but not for me. Anyway, curious as to the different storage solutions and organization that you all have. Let me know in the comments below some of the products that you've tried out and what's worked for you, and I will see you guys on the next one.